Atomic Habits. James Clear. Section 1. The Intro and the Motive. Every once in a while, a book comes along that doesn't just change what you do, but how you see yourself. The motive of the book is to provide a proven framework for improving every day by focusing on tiny behaviors that lead to remarkable results. We often think that to change your life, you need to think big. We're obsessed with massive success, the overnight transformation, the lottery win, the viral moment. But James Clear argues that the real magic isn't in the 100% leap, it's in the 1% improvement. Imagine a plane traveling from Los Angeles to New York. If the pilot pivots the nose just 3.5 degrees south, a movement so small you wouldn't even feel it, you wouldn't land in New York. You'd end up in Washington, D.C. Small changes, barely noticeable at first, create a completely different destination. You are the sum of your habits. Section 2. The Fundamentals, the Power of Systems. Clear tells the story of the British cycling team. For nearly 100 years, they were the laughingstock of the cycling world. They were so bad that bike manufacturers wouldn't even sell them equipment because they didn't want their brand associated with losers. Then came Dave Brailsford. He didn't look for a miracle. He looked for the aggregation of marginal gains. He improved the seats, the tires, the pillows the riders slept on, even the hand-washing habits of the team to prevent colds. 5 years later, they dominated the Tour de France. The lesson? Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. We often fail because we hit the plateau of latent potential. Think of an ice cube in a cold room. You heat the room from 25 degrees to 31. Nothing. Then you hit 32. Suddenly it melts. Was it the last degree? No, it was all the work you did before. But why do we fail to stick to these habits? Because we focus on goals instead of systems. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And finally, the deepest fundamental, identity. True behavior change is identity change. You might start a habit because of motivation, but you'll only stick to it because it becomes part of who you are. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Section 3. The first law, make it obvious. How do we start? The first law is, make it obvious. Most of us think we lack motivation, but what we actually lack is clarity. We say, I'll eat better, or I'll work out. That's too vague. You need an implementation intention. I will behavior at time and location. Even better, use habit stacking. You take a habit you already do and pair it with a new one. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. But the most powerful tool for the first law is your environment. Be the designer of your world, not just the consumer of it. If you want to drink more water, put bottles in every room. If you want to play guitar, put it in the middle of the living room. Stop trying to be disciplined in a world designed to distract you. Make the cues obvious. Section 4. The second law, make it attractive. The second law is, make it attractive. Our brains are hardwired for dopamine. When we anticipate a reward, dopamine spikes, giving us the urge to act. Clear suggests temptation bundling. Link an action you want to do with an action you need to do. For example, you only get to watch your favorite Netflix show while you are on the treadmill. We also need to look at our social circle. We imitate the habits of 3 groups, the close, the many, and the powerful. Join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. If you want to read more, join a book club. If you want to be a runner, hang out with runners. When the right behavior is what everyone else is doing, it becomes attractive because it provides a sense of belonging. Section 5. The third law, make it easy. Now we get to the third law, make it easy. Human nature follows the law of least effort. We gravitate toward the path that requires the least work. To build a habit, you must reduce friction. If you want to go to the gym, pack your bag the night before. If you want to eat healthy, chop the vegetables on Sunday. But the most famous tool here is the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Don't read 50 books a year. Just read 1 page. Don't run a 5K. Just put on your running shoes. A habit must be established before it can be improved. You have to standardize before you can optimize. Section 6. The fourth law, make it satisfying. The fourth law is the secret to making a habit stick. Make it satisfying. The first 3 laws increase the odds that a behavior will be performed this time. The fourth law increases the odds it will be repeated next time. What is rewarded is repeated. What is punished is avoided. Our brains love immediate gratification. Use a habit tracker. There is something incredibly satisfying about crossing an X off a calendar. It's a visual representation of your progress. Clear's golden rule for when life gets in the way: never miss twice. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. Even on your worst days, just showing up for 1 minute keeps the identity alive. Section 7. Advanced tactics, going from good to great. So what happens when you get good? How do you go from average to elite? First, follow the Goldilocks rule. We stay motivated when we work on tasks that are just right. Not too easy, boring, and not too hard, discouraging. Just right on the edge of our current ability. Second, understand the downside of good habits. Once a habit is automatic, we stop paying attention to the small errors. Habits plus deliberate practice equals mastery. You must constantly review and reflect. Top performers don't just do the habit. They look for ways to shave off another 1% of inefficiency. Finally, align your habits with your genes. Hard work is vital, but playing a game where the odds are in your favor makes it easier. Choose the habits that best suit your personality and natural talents. Work hard on the things that come easy to you. Section 8. Conclusion. In the end, James Clear's message is simple but profound. An atomic habit is a tiny change, a marginal gain, a 1% improvement. But it is also a source of incredible power. You get what you repeat. If you can change your habits, you can change your life. It's not about the goal. It's about the person you become through the process. Start small. Make it obvious. Make it attractive. Make it easy. Make it satisfying. The big results are waiting for you at the end of 1,000,000 tiny atomic steps. If you want to listen to more audiobooks to stay motivated, please like and subscribe.